let's see how that works. Let's see how that works. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, right? Huh? That doesn't look too bad. Cool. We actually have good lighting here today. Let's go. All right. Let's get some of this crap out of the way. Okay, so first of all, is this getting, oh. Needs to be moved over like that so it's not squishing the volume button the whole time. Let's, okay. Now I can see chat over here. First things first, I'm gonna open up my new microphone that I got. I don't think that I can use it when I stream because it is the cord's not long enough. I can't walk everywhere that I need to. So, but I just want to let's check. Let's see where we're at here. Cool. Clip, little cord, okay. So I'm gonna need an adapter to plug this into my iPhone anyways. Okay, we're just gonna leave that there then, because my wax is all, oh no. Oh no. All right, we're already off to a great start. There is. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Paper towel. Thank God no one's here yet. Oops. Little piece of plastic in there. What side is the camera on? This side? Yeah. Cool. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes you drop your see, it comes in these giant bags, and it was finishing off a thing of wax, so I cut it so I could dump it in easier. Dumped in a piece of plastic too, so that's not good. I don't have my garbage out here, so I'm just throwing that paper towel in my little drop pot catcher for all of that. So I made some last night. So first things first, we need to get rid of these. Make some space for ourselves. Let's see, yeah, okay, here's my boxes over here. So I've got a big event I'm doing tomorrow. Not big, I got an event I'm doing. But, you always have to bring so many more things than you think, right? You just always have to pack a bunch of extra stuff because it's okay, well, if I don't have 5 of each candle scent, then someone's gonna want 5, and you don't want to miss out on sales. And eventually, I'll even if I only sell one of this scent tomorrow, like, you know, obviously eventually I'll sell all 5. But I'm just making like so much freaking stuff here. And I'm still in such the early stages of growing the business that it always just feels like, you know, like I almost need to go check my math and be like, am I making money here? Like, because I just, there's certain things I'm out of, need to restock. You know, there's things that I used to do on a small scale, but now I do on a bigger scale. And so it's like, I now buy, like I buy everything in pretty big amounts. So it's like, not massive, but like when I get fragrance oil, I get that at say like 5 pounds usually, because the next size up from 5 is like 25 pounds, which is a lot, even at the percentages of fragrance oil I use. But it's like, okay, that's hundreds of dollars, and sometimes I forget because a lot of that stuff's like in my storage unit. So it's like, oh, it's weird. Like I don't feel like I've even like made the money to like pay off my candle containers, pay off the fragrance oil I'm using, and then I go to my storage unit and it's like, oh, I do have all this stuff. But it's like, okay, now I'm doing more sense. So like, it's like I maybe have gotten to the point. I think I'm about to have like kind of paid off my costs for stuff. But then I'm growing the business. I'm buying new stuff. You know, I have not a ton of expenses. I try and keep like monthly recurring stuff. But like my Shopify store, I have like the Adobe suite, so I can, you know, edit my pictures and do my stuff I need to do. So it still adds up. It's not a crazy amount. It's not like when I used to rent a space, like with a previous business. When I had my clothing store, I think that I was spending like 20 grand or 30 grand a month at one point in just like expenses, which was insane. So I'm glad to not be doing that. Should I post on TikTok that I'm going live? I can't live stream to TikTok yet. I don't have enough followers. So, nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. This stream honestly really is just a test. Like, hopefully, I mean, honestly, like if anyone shows up, I'm gonna feel like really happy, because I don't think anyone's going to, but we're out here, we're trying, we're giving it a go. But I'm hoping I get to the point where, you know, I am, like, right now, sales, like, come and go. Like, you know, mostly, like, I can supply the stores I'm selling to based off of leftover I have for events. So it's like, how often do I have events that I have to make stuff for? And that's kind of determining it. But I'm hoping that once I start running ads on my website and I'm opening a store with a friend, that should allow me to do a lot more. So hopefully I'm like making candles 3, 4, 5 days a week, and I can, you know, hop on. I'm streaming more often. Okay, how many intergalactic ouds am I bringing to this event is the question. I think, I don't think I need to bring 7. So I think I'm gonna put one of these in my storage real quick, and then I'm actually gonna just leave this over in the hallway. Okay, cool. So, today I had a ton of projects to work on, So normally what my process would be is like, I'm putting the wax in, turning it on, and then I'll start being like, okay, what do I need to get prepped and ready? At this point, like my wax is already like, it's melted. It's almost hot enough. And I hope I have enough for the candles that I'm trying to make. But I just don't have more wax here. I forgot to grab more from my storage unit, unfortunately. So I'm kind of in a tough situation when it comes to that right now. But we're gonna do our best. And figure it out. Huh? Yeah, let's go. Okay. My garbage is full. I don't want to take it out right now, so I'm just putting a bag under there to use temporarily. So I'm also today doing different amounts because I don't have my normal amount of wax. I have to get my different. I make ChatGPT do all my math, and it told me like, oh, if you want to do the math next time, no, no, chat, I don't. I actually don't need you to tell me how to do it. I know how to do math. I just don't want to do it. That's what ChatGPT is good for, right? Okay, so we got to measure out our fragrance. See, this is, I hate when I have to switch off of my normal like program, because it's normally so much easier for me because I just like, I know it all, I have it memorized, we're good to go, super quick and easy. Not so much when it's like this, but that's fine. Yep. Okay, good to go. There. Almost right on the money. For me, if it's like 0.05 of an ounce away, then I don't even count that as like it being off. Whatever, close enough. Like part of, I think, in my mind at least, like part of the cool thing about stuff being handmade is that there is like a level of variation. Like all products aren't going to be exactly 100% the same. And that's good. Like we've for so long thought that that's like this terrible thing. Like, and I think we have overvalued uniformity. That's actually pretty much ready to go. So with all my new scents, what I'm doing is I'm using I got some candles made that like don't have my packaging. They're just in these white boxes. These were going to be the ones that I sent out as samples, but I realized I was getting stickers made. Oh, this container is the first one I've ever had that's like dirty on the inside. Look at that. But it's just like, might actually just, I'm gonna set that one aside. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but I'm still not going to use it until I clean it out. Yeah, much nicer. But I made stickers to just go like on the bottoms of these. And so I was like, well, let's just do that then instead. I do need to look how many candles is for. Okay, I'm making 4 of this scent. And so I'm like, well, people aren't going to care about the box that much, especially like, I might even just not put them in the boxes, honestly, when I give them to people. Because these are just going to be at like stores that I know were good. So they're not even going to be like sitting out in the packages necessarily. So no one will see and no one will care. I'll make nice stickers for the bottom, and I think it'll just be better to have all of my fragrances out like that. And when I get the opportunity or the money to design the packages, I'll design the packages then. But until then, we'll just do it quick, easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. All right. So let's get some wicks in here. Well, actually not even. Wax is gonna have to cool down. We got plenty of time. So I always heat up my jar, my pouring container. It's not a jar, my pitcher beforehand. But I also have, if you can see, a bunch of wax in the bottom. Not a lot, but a couple ounces, 2 or 3, depending on how, accurate my scale is that day. And so I gotta pour that out at the beginning of each new batch. But I just wait to do it until the wax is hot in my container, because it saves me a step. By cleaning it out now, I'm also heating up the pitcher. There's actually, weirdly, like a lot more than what I normally end up with here. There we go, now we can see the bottom. Sometimes if it's a lot, I remember and I pour it out right after I pour, but most of the time I'm so focused on wick placements, and I'm pouring a bunch at a time, so I have multiple pitchers. Today I'm just doing one pitcher right now, and then we'll see where we're at wax wise to see if I can do another one. And I'm going to use this paper towel that I used to get the plastic out. I'm just going to drop it in there. Because it's just a kind of garbage paper towel. Wipe it out real quick. You know, it doesn't... Like, being precise in candle making is really important, but don't worry about being overly precise. It's going to be fine. There is still a few drops of my last batch in there, which is a different fragrance, and it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. Even with my strongest fragrance, the one that kind of I do have to be more careful with because it can absorb into stuff a lot easier and then kind of transfer out. Even that doesn't. Okay. I'm also really good, like I'm used to when I make them in batches of 7, so used to doing that. That I don't have to even like worry about it. There's another piece of plastic in here. Oh, that cooled down a lot. It's going to be a tough piece of plastic to get out, let me tell you what. Surprised too, because my container is probably like super hot. So I can't believe it cooled down that much, but making a new fragrance that is not on my website yet, that I call Ampersand. That piece of plastic in there is bothering me so much. But can't let it distract me from stirring. So we're gonna keep stirring. I really want it to bond. That should be plenty good right there. Now let's see. Okay, let's see. Gonna just waste one of these trying to get it out, I think. We got it. I'm not going to be able to use that one again, but that is okay. All right. I'm going to try pouring a little hotter than I have been to. I'm going to pour that at 140. Yeah, this wax melter I have sucks. This was at 185, it's at like 174. No wonder it was so cold. I was like, I didn't know how it lost so much heat just getting transferred into there. What should have been a very, very hot pitcher this time. And it's because the wax, like, this thing was basically an ice bath. So, I think we're good to... I think I'm safe to make another batch of 4. But before I do that and mix up fragrances, I need to put wicks in these so I don't forget. Got my 4 wicks, my stickers, and all my stuff. This is my least favorite part. I hate putting the wicks in. I hate trying to get the wick straight, actually. If I start making more candles, I need to get like a little electric or something, like blower, to blow them all out, because, I mean, I don't even know if it makes a difference, but I like to do it. I like to make sure that there's no dust or anything in them. Because you can get dust from the ceramic, you can get dust from the packaging, the foam packaging. Okay, those are good to go. Let's mix up some new fragrance oils. So it should be, oh. I was so surprised by the size of this bottle because the sizes from my old place that I was getting fragrance oils from, it was like, I think it was like 1 ounce, 8 ounce, and then 16, and this is 4. It's like a 4 then a 16. So I was like, I almost didn't see it at first. Just, we found it. We got there eventually. Right on the money, honey. This bottle I've now poured heavy twice. Doesn't matter. But it does bother me. But it doesn't matter. But it does bother me. So let's stir that oil. These are what I use to help me pour because you'll keep surface tension. I don't like to spill. I'm in my living room, so spills are no good. But I'm out of my normal popsicle sticks I used to stir, so I'm just using these guys, these skewers. Cool. That over here. Let's grab another pitcher. You can find out right away what fragrance you're making. As soon as the heat gun hits it, it's just like, ooh. So one was Mysticism and Monkeys last. Which also means I'm gonna, the one I'm making right now is my lightest fragrance. This one is like my heaviest, so we're gonna really wipe it down quite thoroughly. Heat that off. Almost out of paper towels, but I think we can make it through today. Hopefully. Nice and clean. The banana just goes away and it just smells like frankincense and myrrh in there. I don't know if I'm supposed to like put it on worship music or something, but here we are. 147, so that one's getting close to pouring temp. Oh, someone asked in chat where my shirt's from. Mango, on sale, baby. Never buy anything full price, because everything goes on sale. Oh, I'm cutting it close on my wax here. Okay. We're good, we're good, we're good. Also still cold. Let's turn our wax melter off too, because I almost always forget. Might not be quite full temp, but I think we're good. Upgrade my wax melter. I need to do it. Needs to happen one of these days. Gonna keep stirring for a while. everyone's getting home from work. What time is it? 5:03. How don't you get off work at 5? Why is everyone coming home at 5? Weird. Weird stuff. Okay. That should be stirred enough there. Methinks. And let's get some more. Oh, time to pour. So let's pour these first, then we'll get the other containers out. When it's in these smaller batches, it really just like cools down so much faster. It totally messes up my whole flow. It is so like it makes me realize like that normally when I'm making candles, like I just have my headphones and music on and I'm just like brain dead. Like it's just autonomous mode at that point. But whenever I have to switch anything up, it's almost like I can't even remember like what percentages do I do? What things do I, what temp, when do I pour? So hopefully I didn't mess anything up too bad along the way. But let's pour, let's try not to spill. Normally, what I do is I just take a bunch of old cardboard and I'll like put it just under the edge of my table in case anything spills. I've gotten pretty good, so I don't usually spill. So let's try and keep, I haven't spilled in a long time, let's try and keep that streak up because I really don't want to clean any wax off my floor today. I spilled it when I was cutting my bag up to like pour the last little bits into the wax melter. Oh, I normally put these way closer together. What am I doing here? I'm also kind of trying a new process where I don't put the wick holders on until the end. I was doing it earlier before and it seemed like useless because I still needed to go back. And there's a bug in my eye. Get out of here, please, bug. It's like a mosquito or fruit fly that just like flew straight into my face. We didn't spill though, I don't think. Yeah, it's a little fruit fly. It's still flying around here. Okay, that one's a little more full than the others. That's okay. It's fine. We're fine. Last little bits. I'd rather have them, you know, more full. There's really no need to just waste wax for no reason. So I do tend to like, I don't know if overfill is the right word. I make them pretty full. Okay, so let's put our wick clips on. These are the ones I'm using just from Candle Science. They're not great. I love Candle Science, love you guys. But they don't do, oh, I should not have filled these this full if I'm putting these on afters. Okay. I'm going to try not to burn myself that bad today. Whatever, you live and you learn. I'm only burning myself a little bit. It's okay. Sometimes there's a cost to greatness. I will say, I think I'm getting them actually much more centered this way than I normally do. Oh, ouch. Ow. Okay. So I'm trying to make them... I've already hurt that thumb, so that's good that I just burned the crap out of it. Oops. See, this is why normally I wear gloves. Wear gloves. Just get these, you know, don't be like me. I have them. I just always forget to put them on. Just get some nitro gloves. Don't get latex. Latex has powder on it, so don't do that. if you're making stuff. But yeah, nitro ones are good. Yeah, whatever. We're fine. I'm fine. We're fine. Let's get some more boxes opened up so we can get prepped for the next scent. But I'm also going to be smart, and I'm going to label because I'm making multiple scents. So I need to keep track of which is which. They're also conveniently the two scents that are the closest together in like fragrance wise. So easy to mix up. Okay, cool. Somehow I'm also gonna have to find space because after this I have room sprays of both of these scents, diffusers of this scent that I'm about to pour up here in a minute. Luckily it's still very hot. Okay, I was kind of getting worried, like what if it was, I was kind of getting worried it was close to pouring time. We're still good, we're still good on time. We're chilling. Hopefully this is interesting and helpful. Like if any of you guys, even if it's not like you're probably not making a candle business, but like business a lot of times is hectic. Like it's not as cool as it always looks on social media. Like I just bought a new camera lens and I'm gonna try, you know, when I do my diffuser tutorial and my candle tutorial, make it even higher quality than my room spray tutorial and make really beautiful shots and a bunch of cool stuff. But the reality is most of the time it's like pouring the wrong amounts and having to fix it and spilling stuff, and things just don't always go the way you want them to. In fact, most of the time they don't. Like that's business. Like nothing, like you have to, when I make budgets, I'm like, in my mind, if this doubles, like I could have been totally wrong about the stuff and it could double. And that's how I make, like, I try and make it as accurate as possible. But if it doubles, am I still gonna be okay? And if so, that's like how I know I can do it, because a lot of times stuff doubles. A lot of times stuff goes wrong. When I first started this business, I was using wooden wicks. I'd used them for years. They worked fine. They stopped working fine. I still have like 40 or 50 candles left, and I've given away a bunch, like dozens. And that's all just loss. Like I literally was just like, I'm not gonna sell, I'm not gonna do discounts, I'm not gonna sell bad product. Gave them all away, or in the process of giving them all away. And that's like a ton of, like thousands of dollars of lost revenue. But luckily, I anticipated something going horrifically wrong, and so we're good. It's fine, we're good. We'll make it through. My shelves are getting super full. That's probably, you'll probably see like a live stream this weekend or something where I just organize all my crap, because my shelves are a mess. I just keep like, where can I fit stuff in? And that's where I put it. Oh. Like I like, you know when you get something like under your thumbnail? That's like what happened, and my thumb hurts and now there's wax in there. Like I'd heard it a couple days ago, now there's just wax and fragrance oil. And I'll be honest, it doesn't feel good. Does not feel that good. We're still out here. We're cooking. Making progress. Doing what we need to do. Because if I sell stuff tomorrow, then I'm not going to care about how my thumb hurt. I'm just going to be happy I made money. Alright, let's put some wicks in. Gotta grab more. Oh, I'm actually gonna try 2 this time. I'm gonna just, not all the way, but I'm gonna trim these a little bit ahead of time. We're just gonna see if it makes a difference in how they set at all, because I've been trying to improve that quality. I've kind of had some issues with how they set lately. I can't figure out if it's temperature, humidity. I don't have very good temperature control in my house. It's super old and it sucks. So I'm trying to control everything that I can control. I'm actually going to switch. Right now I'm using 100% soy. I'm going to switch waxes probably to a cocoa soy because it won't really change my costs much. Hopefully that helps. These ones too, I'm also going to try and heat up the containers a little bit before I pour. I was in a little bit of a rush on the last one. But I think we're still good on this. 8 degrees left to go. Which probably means start heating these bad boys up. Get my wick clips on ahead of time this time. I'm going to try and get custom wick clips made because I want ones that are based on these actual containers so they sit completely in the middle. So it just centers it all for me. I think that will be helpful. I'm also just gonna like gently spray some heat on these containers. On the bottom of them, keep the container kind of warm. Alright, let's heat up these other ones I'm about to pour into now. That is the thing though, these are ceramic, so they dissipate the heat quick, which is great for burning. Not the best for retaining heat. Okay, this one, come on, unclip. Ow. Metal's hot. Hey guys, the metal's really hot, so careful if you touch your wick clips. Metal's hot. Ceramic containers, slightly warm. All right, let's see here. No way, there's slightly more than 45, right? Stirring it drops the temperature. Fun fact for you. So if you want most accurate temperature read, make sure you stir. So whether you're using a laser thermometer like me or a candy thermometer, laser thermometers are so much easier. They're not that expensive, I would just get one. So this is my first time making this as a candle. Only so far made it as a room spray. It smells very good. Lots of leftover on this one though. Happens. All right, now let's make sure these are like actually in the middle. That one's good, actually. All right, let's label those. My new fragrance, I call it Selah. Which is a music term from the Book of Psalms, where, so we don't know 100%, but what we think is that they would basically just stop and it would be like you take a breath. And it was meant to be, like in the context of Psalms, it was like you take a breath and just kind of, like there was this expectation that as you're singing to God, he sings back. So you just kind of are breathing in and also in a spiritual sense absorbing something in. And I think that, you know, so often we're like completely overstimulated, way too much going on, and sometimes we just need that opportunity to rest and to breathe and to just be. So that's why I made the fragrance. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so room spray or diffuser next is the question. I think diffusers, because for room sprays I'll have to I'm making a bunch of samples I'm handing out. I'll show them to you. Let me grab my water though. Just for clarification, like this water, like I'm switching water because I can't refill that one. It'll taste like fragrance oil. My hands are covered in it, so I had to get a water bottle. But we're gonna, so I do, once I make the room sprays, these are like little samples, so I'm giving these to everyone at the event. Let me show them to the camera here. Ooh, pretty. They're just little like plastic tester ones. So I need to finish making all of those. But I think first I'll do diffusers. Not making any more candles today. I'm just gonna throw that away. Gonna throw my cardboard stuff away. make myself a bit of workspace here, clean some stuff up. I end up with so many of just like these stupid covers for the stickers that hold the wicks in place. I end up with a ton of just wick clippings, which I'm actually going to keep for now because I think I can use them in like a kind of cool shot later for stuff. So I'm going to just save all of those for some reason. Probably forget about them. And then be pissed at myself for having kept something like that. Okay, diffusers. So we're gonna make two for. Okay, no, we're only gonna make one Selah diffuser, right? No, two. So I'm gonna have two of each. So I'm gonna make two for Selah. I need one more ampersand. Okay. Yeah, so just two Selah, one ampersand. So I only need to make 3 diffusers. That's nice. That's cool. That's what's up. So these are great because these are the diffuser bottles that I use. And they're just hot sauce bottles I bought off Amazon. But they're good screw top, and then they have a thing that I heat seal, so I know that they can stay closed. Because I used to just send them in old, like empty whatever I had, pretty much like empty fragrance bottles. And I did have some spill. So that's not good. No bueno. I'm also just now realizing that they also come with labels, but my handwriting is terrible, so I am not going to use those still. But that is cool. For someone more artistic than me, that's good. But so the reason I got these is they are thin up at the top, which is pretty much what you want. So I've used like fancier things before. I've used like different green colored bottles. They're fine, but these were just super expensive. So I try to steer clear of that. Got a lot of wax on my scale today. That's okay. Okay, let's do some quick math. These are 6-ounce bottles. So I need to got my measurements for my fragrance oil. Let's go. Let's use I like to use my smaller little thing here. I've got bigger Pyrexes, but these ones are easier to pour with. I don't even need to clean that out. I'm making the same fragrance. What the heck am I doing? All right, let's grab those oils again. I'm cooking through that little 4 ounce. I really honestly thought I was getting an 8 ounce of it, but here we are. The nice thing is that, you know, even once if this stuff doesn't sell, like once I get my actual containers for stuff, it will. So, we're good. Okay, so now I am. Okay, diffuser base. I think we're good to pour just directly in there. It's the last of my big jug, but I have another little smaller one that I got. Oh, I thought for sure I was about to run out of this. Felt so empty. Just spending a lot of time stirring. That's how it goes. All right. Now, normally, I would be smart. And I would go pour this over the sink. But, if I did that today, chat, I'd have to move my whole setup. Or just be off camera. So, I'm going to pour it right here. And if I spill, I'm going to cry. But you have to promise me that you won't make fun of me if I do. Right? Deal? We good? We cool? I also need to, like, because I'm like bending over so much, I end up like so hunchbacked by the end of this that I like cannot stand up straight anymore, even if I try. Who am I talking to? I don't know. You, I guess. Anyone else who's watching? I don't know. I didn't take attendance before I started. I will next time. This is dusty. Everything in this house gets so dusty too, which just makes it difficult. Okay, we're gonna pour 2 of these. I'm gonna try so hard not to mess this up. I think we're good. We're good. I got this. We're going in with confidence. Okay. Okay, we got one. Didn't spill. That's important. That's cool. Yeah, no, it's just talking to chat. It's not like there's anyone else here. If I thought even that my neighbors could hear me, and I hesitate to even mention this thought, but if I thought that they could even hear me, I would not be, like, I would turn off this, I couldn't do this. I get so self-conscious about any type of, like, live streaming or content creation. I don't have a good place to set this. Okay, I'll just use my dusty paper towel. That's a good place to set my phone. Yeah, like if I, like all the time I'm like, oh, if I like filmed this video or did this thing, like I live right by a park, and I'm always like, you know how many views I would get on TikTok if I just went over there and was like, hey, smell my candle, like what you think? Like easy content would be great. would probably get me a bunch of sales. But the thought of like going up to a person and just being like, "Hey, will you be in this video and like smell one of my candles?" I can't do it. Okay, too much social anxiety. But okay, so we got our two Selah diffusers done, ready to go. I'm just gonna use a different pitcher so I don't have to clean that one out, I guess. I should have used the big one for when I was making two, but we're gonna use the big one for when we're just making one. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not really much of a planner. This could be going. It's not going bad, but it could be going better. That's pretty much everything in my life, though. But we didn't spill anything. Last time I was making stuff, I tried to pour this giant jug of perfumer alcohol, and these don't pour well. And like even I put it like the lip onto this thing, and it still like splashed around, and I spilled like probably like 8 ounces of perfumer alcohol on my floor. And if you don't know what perfumer alcohol smells like, just think like Everclear, but a little bit stronger. Not good. Not good stuff. Okay, let's grab some fragrance oils. Make my ampersand diffuser. Make sure I pour the right amount of everything. That'll work. Looks like nothing in this one. I'm only making one thing in these bigger ones. It's just like... it just feels so weird. Okay, so... let's see if we finish this jug off this time. Nope. I will say though, I'm glad I spilled the perfumer alcohol, not the reed diffuser base, because that smells like infinitely worse. Reed diffuser base by itself does not smell good. So I'd really recommend not spilling that. If you ever make reed diffusers, don't spill it. It's not fun. Never make fragrance products on a soft surface either. If you have like carpet or something, please, for the love of God, do not mess with fragrance oils above carpet, or your bases, or anything. I hate stirring with these tiny little things. I need something better to stir with. But I keep forgetting to order stuff on Amazon, so I'm kind of like stuck right now. All right, let's bottle this one up, and then we can heat seal these, and then all I got left to do is make room sprays. It's actually interesting to like live stream this because I can actually see like how long I've been working and how long it takes. Oh shit. How? Oh no. I underpoured so much, guys. What? Okay, we're gonna recover from this. Oh no. This poor scale has seen better days. Yeah, luckily that should all just diffuse fine. maybe not so much off my scale. I under pour. Okay, my scale was off by like so much. My scale was so off. That is insane. I should have had like this much space at the top of the jar, even if I poured 100% of it. Oh, everyone, a lot of people left when I spilled. Okay, I gotta wash my hands. That was bad. That was not what we wanted to happen, chat. Okay. Gonna let my hands dry really quick and then we're putting on gloves. I think I got some on my white shirt too, but I think the fragrance oils won't stain. I hope. Okay, so now that jar's all diffusery on the outside, we're gonna use a different container. Luckily we got mini extras. Yes, it's already diffusing fine now. We're good. We're good as goose, as they say. Okay, now that this one is filled up to the appropriate amount, just go ahead and transfer it. I'm going to leave the bottle out though, because I'm thinking that the fragrance oils might diffuse enough to make that like a usable bottle again at some point. Okay. Now that we've recovered from the mishap of spilling stuff everywhere, and I have gloves on, a little late. Better late than never though. Let's heat seal these guys. So these are actually nice. They're like just black with gold on top. We just throw them on, and then you just use the heat gun. Gonna just point it towards the candles too, just so that they get a little bit of the residual heat, helps them cool down just a little bit slower. It's kind of good for them. I mean, they certainly don't look perfect, but they look fine. Kind of reminds me of Shrinkadinks. I don't know why. I don't think it has anything. I think those went in the oven, but it still reminds me of them. I always thought those would be so cool when I was a kid, and then I think I got some at some point, and you realize they're nothing. You just it's a toy you put in the oven, and it gets smaller. It's not. But the kids in the commercial look so excited about it. Okay. So we spilled once. And I think that is the only time that we should spill today. Okay, so then I need to make... I can actually just put this over in here. I need to grab a blank one of these. Okay. So now, room sprays. Okay, I gotta dump this out, and then we're making room sprays. Okay, so we're making 1 ampersand and 2 Selah room sprays, and one intergalactic oud. Well, yes. I also need to make my travel room spray kits, so that means we have to make a lot more stuff than I thought. I thought I was almost done. I thought somehow, when I made the big bottles of room spray, that I had leftovers that I used for the travel size room sprays. Wait. Oh. Oh no. Okay. I do have travel size room sprays made. My travel kits that come with 3 different scents. But they are currently at a store. And I meant to grab those so I could just bring them to the event so I didn't have to make extra. Okay, but I have a couple with stuff. I'm probably only gonna make like 4 of those right now. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where the night takes us. I keep forgetting to grab stuff I need. I also forgot to grab my candle wax today from my storage unit when I was there, which is the whole reason I went. I mean to grab some boxes too, but that's kind of less important actually. Okay, so first things first. So I have this pitcher that I use only for perfumer alcohol, or well, my room spray base, I guess I should say. Let's make sure there's no dust in it, because this area can get dusty. All right. Today's the day I ripped this plastic off the way that I should have when I first got it. Okay. Let's not spill, let's not spill, let's not spill. Don't spill, don't spill, don't spill. How is it spilling? I poured a lot. That's more than we're gonna use. I don't, how? It was pressed up against the thing. But it didn't spill that much. Not even a 1/4 ounce probably this time. So I don't think it's gonna smell that strong like perfume or alcohol all day. So I think we're good. We're good. We'll call that a win. Gotta take it where you can get it these days. Okay, so let's make whichever one we're gonna make the most of first, which is, I don't know how much. Okay. We have to see how much of this fragrance oil we have, because I only got a 4 ounce thing of it. Oh, never mind. We're chilling. Okay, so calculator time. 2 ounce room spray, 25%, 1/2 ounce, 1/4 ounce. So we're gonna make, yeah, we can make 2. Definitely a pack of this fragrance. I like this one. I like this new scent I made. It was also too, like, oftentimes, like, I have this idea, I'm going back and forth, it takes forever, like, it just doesn't, like, and then, you know, eventually I find it and I'm like, okay, I got it. This one just came together so easy. I was like, I just was like making them, and I just, you know, held my reference words, and I was like, yeah, cool, yeah, works. And then usually I go through like 20 different name iterations because it just doesn't feel right, but it has to like stick with me. Like if it just keeps coming back, like I can envision in my head over and over, you know, selling the product and saying like, oh, this is, you know, intergalactic oud, this is mysticism and monkeys, this is ghost ghouls and gooseberries, this is orange grows on the French Riviera. And this was like the fastest the name ever came to me either, where I was just like, yeah, this is Selah. I was like, yeah, that's just what this fragrance is. Cool, good to go. So, all right, what else do I need? Let's put the rest of the fragrance oil in here. Cool. Easy peasy. I don't know why I got this, you know, one for just perfume or alcohol and used like the small one and not one of my big ones. So let's switch that up. Big one. A random extra piece of plastic in there. Okay. Wait. So label it. It's okay. I wanted that pen on the ground anyways. All right. In this case, like when I'm making multiple room sprays, it's not that bad to just pour in directly, but I don't know. This also works. This one is big enough, it works pretty quick. Oh, it wasn't a random piece of plastic. It's missing one of the sides of the thing. Interesting. Okay. Whatever. This one's kind of busted. We'll survive. All right, get this all mixed up. Let's get it in some bottles. Still just using generic bottles for now. That's okay. To not dry out the way I wanted them to, that's fine. I thought I had more. Okay, we're going slow mode. That's fine. I don't have a good funnel for these bottles. But it is what it is. I'm so excited to get dinner after this. Also, gonna get maybe an orange or a root beer float with my dinner. I've decided. Because I think I'm gonna walk down to this local burger place. Where honestly their burgers aren't that good, but their onion rings are really good. That one we will say is good to go. This is kind of therapeutic doing it this way sometimes. It's not fast. But there is a beauty in doing things slowly sometimes. Enjoying the moment. Not rushing through everything. Part of the beauty of handmade products. It's not always the most efficient thing. And in a world that sometimes prizes efficiency above all else, that can be a weird thought. But efficiency is not a virtue. Patience is, though. Sometimes it's good to take some things that take some patience. Some tasks that aren't the easiest thing in the world to do. And take a minute to just gently, super gently heat gun these a little bit. All right, let's fill some little tiny ones. Also, leave a like if you haven't already. Helps me out. Make me happy. So I've got a bunch of these glass ones, and we're gonna fill these up. And hopefully we won't spill again. It's been a while since we spilled though. It's been like at least 15 minutes, 10 minutes since we spilled, so I, for one, am feeling good. Okay, it's so interesting because like it seems like, oh, there's just like a few drops left over, and then I can make so many of these because these glass things are only like 5 milliliters. I don't want to waste the room spray once I've made it. I'll use these little glass ones eventually. But yeah, it feels like, oh, there's a few drops left in the bottom of the Pyrex, and then like, nope, I can fill like 15 of these glass containers. finally getting down to the end. Making just so much more stuff than I thought it would. Yeah, that was 7 of those, so that's 35 mils extra. And it's crazy because these still, I tested it once, and you can still get like 70 sprays out of them. So they're like a month and a half supply if you use it every day. It's like when you see brands that do these like giant, like 250 mil, 500 mil room sprays. Fragrance is going to go bad before you ever use it, especially because they always put them in clear bottles too. And perfume, most people have it in their bathroom, and so it stays out of direct light, and the bottles are darker. The room spray bottles, they always do them clear. And that's just going to go bad. My room spray bottles are 50 milliliter, because that's like a year's supply. Because like most people aren't even going to use it every day anyways. And it's just not worth creating waste to make more profit. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I could go on and on about the fragrance industry because it's like super messed up and like totally backwards. And also like brands will be like, oh yeah, our Eau de Toilette is, $150, but our room spray that's twice the size is like 80. And it's like, an Eau de Toilette is 10% fragrance oil. If your room spray is half the price, room spray should not be like 5%. Room spray should be like mine are 25, but they should be minimum 15% fragrance. But there's like no fragrance in the ones these are making, which is why it's such a giant spray, and then it's also just a ton of chemicals and filler and water and all that crap. But I digress. All right, let's make one more ampersand. And then I think it's dinner time for me, but I gotta pour this out. So I'm gonna go do that. I don't know, someone leave a comment or say something cool or leave a like or share the video or do YouTube stuff while I pour this in the sink. Well, I don't see any comments. Disappointed. But I'll get over it. I forgive you guys. Be interesting to see how these end up doing, actually. Okay. Okay, so we're only making one this time. Too much. Too much. Because I didn't wipe it out. Ah, that's fine. I actually really should, though, just use one of these guys for doing it like this small of amounts. It's really hard to pour precisely. Okay. All right, and yeah, I'm getting so hungry. I cannot wait for my onion rings. Okay. Stir this bad boy up. Bottle her up. Call it good. Also, just remember, everyone who's watching, if you want to learn how to make a room spray tutorial step by step, and all the stuff you're going to need, and links to buy it all, and all that cool stuff, I do have a tutorial on my channel. Check it out. Same if anyone has suggestions on like how to make this a more interesting watch. This is my first time streaming something like this, but I think I'm going to start doing it more often. Because it's kind of fun. And content creation is pretty much just free publicity.